Most families believe having an estate plan means that they're prepared. But the truth is, an estate plan prepares you for death and after that. A life care plan prepares you for what happens before that moment comes. I'm Adam Burke, an estate planning and life care planning attorney in Nashville. And one of the most common misunderstandings I see is people thinking that estate planning and life care planning are the same thing. They're definitely not. They solve different problems. They serve different stages of life. And they're needed at very, very different times. An estate plan is about your legacy. It answers questions like, who receives your assets? Who makes decisions if you're incapacitated or if you've passed away? Who speaks for you medically if you can't speak for yourself? That's where documents like wills, trusts, financial powers of attorney, healthcare directives all come into place. Estate planning is essential for every adult. It protects your wishes, protects your family, and it prevents chaos after death or incapacity. But here is the very important limitation. An estate plan does not manage aging, decline, or your long-term care. A life care plan focuses on living, not legacy. It's designed for the stage of life when health changes, independence shifts, and care become part of the conversation. A life care plan answers different questions. How long can someone stay safely in their home? What happens when care needs increase? Who coordinates that care? How can they afford it? How do we protect assets from being consumed by long-term care costs? What if I need Medicaid? Life care planning integrates care coordination, housing planning, legal protections, Medicaid and benefits planning, and financial strategies for long-term care. It's not about someday, it's about the real-life decisions families are facing right now. Here's the simple truth. A life care plan becomes necessary the moment aging starts creating risk. Now, what does that look like? A fall, a diagnosis, memory decline, loss of independence, a spouse becomes a caregiver, or a hospital discharge with no real care plan in place. This is when families realize an estate plan alone does not solve the problem. Because now the questions are not really about inheritance. They're about care logistics, financial survival, safety, burnout, housing, medical coordination. That's the point where life care planning becomes critical and not optional. Without a life care plan, families often make decisions in crisis. They spend savings without a strategy. They choose care based on urgency and not quality. They miss the benefit programs. They exhaust their spouses and other loved ones, and they lose assets that could have been protected. A life care plan creates structure. It creates clarity and a roadmap for aging that protects both quality of life and financial stability. Here's the real framework. An estate plan protects what happens after death. A life care plan protects what happens before death. You don't replace one with the other, you use them together. One protects your legacy, the other protects your quality of life. If you or someone you love is aging, facing health changes, or beginning to need care, it's time to look beyond an estate plan. At our firm, we help families build life care plans that protect assets, secure quality care, reduce caregiver burnout, prevent crisis decision-making, and create sustainable long-term stability. If you want a plan that supports living, not just legacy, reach out to our office today. Because the best plans are not built in emergencies, they're built before the families are forced into one.